Today is Thursday, June 11th, and there's stuff happening in the house. So I took some photos a little while back, and I thought I'd come and take a video because if you see the video then of what's happening, then it helps you understand why I have no time to garden. This is my garden. Anybody who's been to the house when it's actually looked really good would know that this is probably just absolutely driving me bananas, and sometimes it does. I let a lot of it go. The dogwood looks nice, but anyway, and I'm getting over a little bit of a cold. Who gets a cold in June? I don't know, but I've got one. So, and I haven't done a video of the outside of the house, I don't think, in a while, and even if people don't care about watching it, that's okay, we'll want it. So I'm just going to walk around the house, we'll do the outside, and then I'll go into the inside, because lots has happened there. Probably the most significant thing on the outside is the stonework is up and it's finished, so there will be no more stonework other than what you'll see when I walk around. And the shingling is going up everywhere. So let's take a walk around and see. The cherries are coming. I don't even know if we'll be picking cherries, but they're coming. We'll get a few of them. Oh, look at that. Look at our sweet cherries. Well, they're probably ready to pick now. They were saying, I was reading the paper, that cherries are 2 weeks early because it's been so hot the last 2 weeks, so oh no, they're not quite ready. Soon. Anyway, I digress. So the stonework wraps around all the way to the front, and there's the shingling that Charles was working on last 2 days. I know it was Charles because I was here, and he's been working on that part of the house. I'm going to step over the ramp along the side. And I apologize for the throat clearing, it's just the way it's going to be. I got formal permission from Jeffrey that yes, the guys can shingle the treehouse, finish the roofing, and trim out the windows and doors. Woohoo! So it'll match the house, which will be great. So there's the back. There used to be a doorway here. Some people remember in a porch. So that's now been converted to just windows, and on this concrete pad will be the recycling, garbage, and yard waste bins will all go there for now. We might need more than what's allotted for the property, and so we might have some on the other side of the driveway where they're typically kept in the past, but for now there'll definitely be some in that area. I'm actually just trying to move behind me so you can see the shingling that's come up so far all around. We love it. It actually wasn't what was planned. Like many things were not planned, but there it is. If you're wondering what this red is there, just maybe 20 minutes ago Jeff and I came out of a store and looked in the sky and went, that's not regular cloud, that's what we call fire cloud. And I'll just turn around and show you. You can't see it because the trees in the way. You see the sun there, it kind of looks orangey red. So when there's a fire, that's what the sun looks like, and so it actually looks red. Swing back around this way. So you see, it doesn't look like a regular sun, it looks red. It's really quite bizarre. Anyway, there's a fire somewhere, I'm sure we'll find out where. So the garage and the doors are installed. The garage doors are installed. They're looking good. There's a little bit more detailing that's going to come. I think it's up above there. I think. I do that so often, I think. And then of course we need the hardware put on. And that will come, but that gives you an idea of what it'll look like. And the shingling, we've got, oh, I was going to say all the way around, pretty much all the way around the lower story. And then here in the back, we've got the upper story done, the shingles. Yeah, but as I was saying, the shingles as they are was not exactly what was planned. This is one coat, and we had planned on, the original plan was to have 2 coats of stain. the company that would typically have taken them all and pre-done them off-site closed, I guess 2 years ago, which would have been shortly before or after our project started. So now when it came to this part of the project, the guys have been hand staining them for a month now. And so the decision was made, what about if you just do one coat of stain, and then if you really don't like it, then they can apply a second coat once it's in place, just like they would do when they would be maintaining them. They would just stain them in place. But we're actually quite happy with the effect of the one stain. Instead of two, it gives it that beach weathered look, which is what we're after. So we're quite happy with all of that. Yeah, so we started a little bit on the second story there. Alright, so we're gonna go in. Okay, so as typical when I'm coming in after hours, I've come in the suite because the front door, I can't get in the front door still. So obviously this is the suite. Doors are on in places. I'm just gonna adjust how I'm holding the camera. Doors are on, trim is going in, so you can see up at the top there, the trim work. That's going in everywhere. It's the same throughout. It's all the same. So it's not mission style. If it was mission style, there would be none of this sort of cute little detailing there or here. It would be basically flat boards. So it's not mission style, boring arts and crafts, but it still is within the, you would still call it arts and crafts Cape Cod, even though it has that little bit of detail, because that's what we're after. We're not after the true mission style, arts and crafts style. So I actually didn't have the trim work up even a day or so ago when I was here. So there's about, I don't know how many guys we got in here. I think the millwork guys have one guy, maybe two. No, the millwork guys have one guy, the finishing guys have 2 or 3, and the tile setter guys now here. So it's a busy workplace again, as you can see by all the tools and things left out. So those are the built-ins for the fireplace for Mom and Dad on either side. And I doubt that there's been anything more done on the suite. Like for their millwork, I know that there's not. But it looks like they've got the trim in, which is great. I mean, it just frames things out, right? Makes it look finished. So yeah, I can see they've got all the trim work is done now. For the suite, they're windowed as well. And tiling is starting upstairs, so this is still all undone. And the trim work is finished in here too. So that's great. I'm going to try not to make you sick by turning the camera too fast. That would be bad. Yeah, and you'll notice there's absolutely no hardware on any of the millwork because knobs and pulls are picked, and we just got word back from our millwork guy that, well, he can't get a contractor pricing on a lot of the stuff that I want because I'm not going with standard stuff. No surprise there. So either it can cost me $1 billion for him to do it and source it, or I can just order it myself. So I just got that communication today, this afternoon, like late. And that's typically how it goes in terms of, you think one aspect's pretty simple once you get it nailed down. Okay, this is what we want, this quantity, blah, blah, blah. And then you get a little bit of a wrinkle. So I don't think there's anything that's been unwrinkly. Nothing's been entirely smooth the entire way. So there's the 2 windows. This is the music study room for those who are kind of wondering, now where did I go? That door, where is it going? If it's the door, I think it is. If it's steel, let me touch it. Yeah, that's steel. This is going in the powder room in the laundry room because that's an entire wet zone bathroom. Those who have bothered to actually listen to these things will know that that's a full-on wet zone. So we can't have a well, you could put a pocket door in there, but that would be really bad for wetness, and you wouldn't want a wood door either, because that would be bad in terms of it being all wet. Now, I have stepped in the laundry room. Partly why I came today was because Jeff said that they got a lot done in here. So you can see the tiles there. You can't see it very well because the lights aren't on. There's the tile. And this tile wasn't exactly what we picked either. But it's close. So there's the tile. And you'll see on this wall here, what I've described many times, but too hard to really see it, is there's the cabinetry above and on each side. And that's where the washer dryer, where's my finger, is gonna go. Now in this guy over here, can I open it? This would be awkward. I have to open from the bottom. Yeah, so you can't see anything in there. There's nothing in there. But somehow we're gonna fit the vacuum and the recycling in there. I don't know how. Oh dearie. But that's going in there, the cabinetry up above. And then these guys, same deal, but they're more shallow. What have we done here? Whoops, I'm stepping on tile. I don't know. What were we doing in there? I forget. Why is that narrow? I don't remember. I'm sure there was a really good reason why we did that. Cheryl will know. She's got notes on everything. So that's that dealio. And then if you turn here, there's locker 1 and 2. So the bottom's not quite finished because these are supposed to be divided in half horizontally. So you could do shoes, and a pair of tall boots here. And then there's the bench to sit on. And there's a little shelf. Every locker has a little outlet so that you can plug in your chargeables. So when you're not sinking them, you can come home and put it all there. The idea of the lockers is that for everyone, for all their needs, can just dump their typical daily stuff right there and have it accessible. So Cheryl and I will need to kit them out with what we call drop boxes, like little boxes that would be on the inside for keys and little things, and hooks for your everyday jacket. Like you're not going to hang 5 jackets in your locker, maybe 1 or 2 your standard ones that you always go for. Whatever season you happen to be in. And then up above, can I open it? You get a nice big box, and that will probably put a basket in there, and then that would have maybe, you know, bike helmet, hats, mitts, scarves, that kind of thing, depending on the season. So that's 1 and 2, and 3 and 4 are over this way. I do not know who's getting which one. I haven't decided what would be best yet. I don't know. So, and then there's cabinetry over this way. The stand-up freezer is going here, and then this cabinet there, this big tall one. And hopefully it may not be kitted out yet. Oh, look at that, looky, it is. So what we've done is we have these pull-out drawers, and there's 3 of them, and what's to go here are shoes. Boots won't really fit, well, unless they were flat. But shoes are going in here. So every family knows that every family member usually has 3 or 4 pairs at least on the go each season. So every family member can have, oh, Sugar Shack, 2 or 3 pairs there depending on the season. And then these drawers that you can throw your shoes into as well, your excess ones. So the idea being to keep this floor space as open as possible. Yeah, I know, good luck with that, what can I say? One can hope eternal. And then I believe that we're going to have shelving up above the drawers. I think that's the plan. It looks like there's holes for adjustable shelving, so I'm pretty sure that's what's going to happen. All right, moving on to the kitchen. So this is the kitchen that I personally, I just stepped on more tile. I personally, oh my gosh, between meetings with Cheryl's and planning out on my own, I don't know, like easily 50 hours figuring out this kitchen. And then of course, it got redesigned in the very, what one would call the final hours before we actually had to get the millwork in to keep on schedule, because we were supposed to have 2 of these guys, but we ended up with this guy because of the ductwork, which made that all wonky here. So anyway, yeah, but the features that we want, some of the neat features, and I'll show you some of those, are all there. The only thing we're missing is this will be what I call our breakfast bar. And the original design had 2 of these kind of cabinets, and that would have housed like home office-y type of stuff, because I wanted to separate home office from my work office stuff. Yeah, so I'm not sure how that's going to happen. But so in here would be coffee, a tea kettle, cereal, bins, that kind of thing. So that, and in there is where a microwave is going, and then in that space there's 2 refrigerator drawers. And so the idea is that in the morning, Jeff and the kids can all be in this zone doing their breakfast stuff, and I can be, if I need to or want to, I can be in this zone over here, either prepping for dinner later in the day, packing lunches, whatever. But there's, you know, at least there's 2 distinct zones for sure. There's over here, which is a prep zone. Over here is another prep zone, and there's actually a vegetable sink going in just over there in the corner. And then you can notice this has been lowered, and that'll be a baker's counter. So just the thought about the counter placement of the countertops and zones alone was a lot of work about how are we functionally going to use this space. So microwave going there, the fridge drawers here. The upper cabinets are your typical upper cabinets. These cabinets in the corner, these guys, typically you'd open them and you have a Lazy Susan, and I desperately did not want that. So I have cabinets that look like this. So you get to use all of the space from front to back. And yes, it's a little bit weird because of the angled corners, but from what I've seen online and what I've been able to research, you actually end up using more of the space than with the Lazy Susan. I'll try to open, I don't think I can open the middle one because I don't have anything to pull on, but you can see that the second and third one are actually quite deep. So I think it'll be quite functional. And so I've got 2 of them there and in the corner there, and everything is soft hinge closing. I can open another one. So, well, that's interesting. That door doesn't open very wide. I do know why. Anyway, so you can just kind of push it and, okay, that didn't work well. You can push it and it closes itself. Some other neat things are, this will be a cutting board here that pulls out, and then the cutting board I can actually remove it to use it and clean it. There you go, now you saw the soft hinge. This is what they call an appliance lift, so my Mixmaster is going to go here. I need 2 hands to actually make the mechanism work, but that board comes out and up level with this baker's counter, so I can use the Mixmaster right there, kind of suspended in space, or I can then push it over onto the baker's counter if I wanted to. I don't really know what I'll do. We'll find out when we start using it. These guys, see, I'm showing you all my trade secrets. That's no good. Open up, and I'm sure people have seen these unhoused. And so there'll be racks in here, so spices, oils, whatever. I really don't know. It's going to take me months to figure out where things go. But so there's one of these on each side. That's supposed to close. There we go. There's one over there. And then this guy So again, a cutting board. I think it's the cutting board on the top. Well, I better not do that. And then underneath is the knife drawer. So I can put all my cutting knives. There'll be a built-in drawer. I'm not sure if that's on top of the cutting board, but at any rate, that's where knives are going. What else? That's just regular, I think, here. It's very awkward to open. I appreciate why we have knobs and pulls on things, because I'm pulling from the wrong side. Now this guy, because I'm seeing the drill holes, I think this is my divided drawer. I think, yeah. So that'll be a divided drawer for pans and trays. These uppers, I think, are just regular. This is going to be an open space, I think, for cookbooks and that kind of stuff. So it's pretty cool, all the little molding detail that is part of the kitchen. That just gives it that really unique look, like this stuff here. It's just pretty cool. And then the only other kind of unique thing going on is, so I actually didn't want these. This is one of those things I didn't want. So the pantry cupboards per se is this guy here, this big, long, tall thing. And they were all the rage as one piece and the entire unit came out, and I hate it. I didn't want it. I actually don't even want this configuration. I had actually wanted and hoped for drawers that would pull out, but given the space that was left when all was said and done, doing drawers would not be an efficient use of the space. So instead, I still have the pull-out thing where you pull out the entire unit. This thing is garbage can annoying. Where you pull out the entire unit, but it's at least divided the top to the bottom, and there'll be an adjustable shelf that goes in there that I can factor the height on. But the top and the bottom are preset. So that's that. So you can whack that as hard as you want and it'll never slam. So this is the island. It's coming along. I don't know if you can tell in this light that it's actually not white. Da-da-da. It's not white. It is a green. And I can see it, but I don't know in this light if you can see that it's Irish mint is what it's called. I don't know if you can tell that it's green because there's not enough light. I don't know. I put something white against it. Could you tell then? If I did that. No. Well, yeah, I guess you kind of can. So the board I'm holding is white, the sky, and the island is this Irish mint green. I don't know if you can tell though. But at any rate, it will all make sense why on earth I picked an opposing color for the island when you see all the other elements that are going in. That'll make sense. Actually, this piece in the back, this guy is part of the island and it's the Irish mint, and you can see it against the white. Perhaps you can see that color better, I don't know. I can, but it may not show up very well on video. So, and these doors are pretty cool. So they close like that. So you have to, they go straight back in, which is what we like, rather than, you see the roll top kind of idea, and I hated that. We've got something like that right now where we're renting, and I don't like it. There's a lot of things I found out I really don't like, and that was one of them. Yeah, so there's trim work and what have you done here. Oh, look at that. I better not step on tools. See, these are the kind of things, like I walk around the construction site in flip-flops and the guys often give me grief about it. I don't mean to, it's just I often am not planning to come, and then I find out that I'm coming. So there's the towel rack. This is the same that was in the laundry room, except in the laundry room it's set. Oh, is it set differently? It's herringbone in here, as you can see. And in the laundry room, I'm trying to remember if we kept it herringbone or not, because the herringbone is a tad more expensive to install. So we had quite a few last final hour discussions about tiling and tile work and all that good stuff. The doors were on these closets. They're now off, obviously, because they need them off to do the tiling. And I don't want to step on this tile because I don't know if I should or not, so I'm not gonna. But there you go. So he's presumably, if he's down here doing this, then he must be done upstairs. So that's actually where we're headed next. I'm not gonna step on that. That will step over that. And we'll head upstairs. Up and away. Okay. So, oh, there we go. All right. So there's some, yeah. I'll come back to show you that if I have to, if you can't see it any other way. So John's room, I don't think anything's changed in here except he's got his molding up, which is fantastic. There's a tile work for the kids, and it's just a straight, nothing fancy installation. You don't need anything fancy in a bathroom. So I am going to walk on this because I think that you can. Walk, walk, walk. And all the trim work is done in these spaces, which is fantastic, pretty much. And then these, that's the cabinetry for, obviously, the kids' bathroom. Dumb. So these 4 spaces here, 1, 2, 3, 4, those are going to be pull-out hampers because I have a system. Yeah, stop laughing, I know, but I have a system and it works. Those will be 2 drawers, and then this will be open shelving, or pardon me, adjustable shelving here and up above, and it'll all be behind doors. So you could have put glass doors in there. We thought about it, but we didn't think about it very hard, knowing that it was going to be the kids' bathroom. And as you can tell, it is a green. And the green, you may think, that's the same as downstairs, but it's not. It's not Irish mint. I forget what the color is. Probably you can see it better from this kind of angle. I don't know. But it's a light green. The guy who's installing the cabinetry the other day said it reminded him of Shamrock Mint shakes, which actually didn't please me too much. But I appreciate his comment, because when you see elements like that just kind of on their own, not in place and not with anything else, you have no reference for it. So this is where I think as the homeowner you kind of knock on wood that all the decisions that you made when you saw the samples of all the elements together, and you go, yeah, that looks good, that it actually is going to look good once they all come together. So I'm pretty sure they would. I don't think Cheryl would lead me that far astray. So yeah, that's coming along. The yoga room, nothing's changed here. It's just the same. The window finishing is all done. And so there's a cabinetry in here for some storage and some AV. Like, remember I was saying that this was where the guts of the house would be. So again, I have to go down below to open it. So in here is where Jeff's, I call it Jeff's, I mean it's the family's, but it's Jeff's control guts for all the automation in the house is going to go in here. And apparently it's a swivel rack, so he shouldn't have to access it from the yoga room. But if he does, then they can reconfigure the back of this to make it happen for him. But theoretically, he should just be able to open these doors, and Bob's his uncle. And this guy will just be just storage of, I don't know, this is why it probably takes people so long to settle in. And these are the cabinets that I talked about for the, I say for the kids, I mean, as long as they're in the house, yes, this will be where kids are going to store their playthings, for lack of a better word. Emma's getting out of the play stage, but just her recreational things. How about that? So the lower cabinets, and then this space is where there'll be a space for a chair. Probably a rolling one would be ideal. And then the cabinetry all along, or countertop all along the top. And then the upper cabinetry above, obviously above. and then the exact same symmetrical on the other side for each kid. And then they've got the media wall done. So, scaled down version of all the fancy schmancy design that Cheryl had. This is pretty slimmed down, but it's okay, it's still functional. So all of this is storage, adjustable shelving, all of that are drawers, TV of course, and all that. And then that is a psych. So it's hopefully going to be a touch door. So you just have to touch it and it opens, but it isn't yet. And so this is actually the psych because it's not going to be storage. Wait, possibly could be up above maybe, but it's just access into the storage and behind. I suppose it could also be our panic room if we ever needed something like that. We convert it to that. So wet bar area, drawers obviously. I'm getting tired. The sink's going there. Is the sink going there? No. Well, there'll be a dishwasher and there'll be a sink. I don't know. No. Yeah. Dishwasher probably there. No, sink's got to go there because there's the plumbing for it. Oh, fridge and dishwasher. What's that? Maybe the dishwasher there, fridge there? Probably. That must be how it's all going to go. Oh, there's so many details rattling around in my head. I really can't hold on to them a lot of the time. That's the platform I talked about, and then the doors that'll pull out. They've got that mostly built. And I think that is the major stuff. I'll take a walk to the master ensuite side and the guest room side, but I really don't think that much has happened other than maybe the trim work. I don't think. It's the linen closet. Yeah, the trim work and the guest. I see cable snaking on. Oh, look, there's actually light in here. Oh, because he's doing tiling. That would be why. So there you go. Yay, tiling. So these floors are going to be heated, and the kids' floors, the master ensuite floors, are all heated by mats, which I think I might have had in pictures or something. There was this orange stuff. You can kind of see it here where this vent is. It's poking out. So all of that, only in the second story, only the bathroom floors will be heated by radiant heat, but the whole main floor, including the suite, all has radiant heating throughout the entire main floor. That's pretty cool. But just the bathrooms up here. Sorry about the luck. Okay, there's some serious business going on here. What are they building? What are they doing? I don't know. They're planning that for something. I have no idea. No idea. All right, well, there's that. There's the boxes for our cabinetry. Yep. Maybe something in here. Maybe he's probably getting ready to tile in here, maybe. I don't know. Yeah, so it's just the trim work finished in here. Huh. So that's it. Lots happening. Don't ask me when the move-in date is. Really. Just don't ask. We move in when it's ready. Or when it's mostly ready and we think we can live in it in whatever state it's mostly ready. That's when we move in. Which we're really hoping is over the summer. That's about as confident a time frame I'm going to give you. All right. So that's it for now. There should be lots happening, and then next week there's still lots and lots and lots to do. So as much as we're getting to the very tail end, I'm not even going to try to itemize for you everything that's left to do. It's still a ton. It's a big house. but it'll get done eventually. So until next time.